It's the NFL on EA Sports. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
Now, Mike, he's coming off a game where his touchdown-to-interception ratio wasn't exactly ideal. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters in this league is wins and losses. He was able to escape with a win, and that's all that matters when it's all said and done. But having said that, he has to play a cleaner game, not only today, but going forward if his team ever wants to get to the level that they think they can play at.
Second down, Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He fumbled the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers, we have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up fourth down. These are drive killers.
So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Carry that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They go play action with Cousins. The second down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there.
That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Hill.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Panthers offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Set.
On the zone read, it's a give to Brooks. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. The motion man is Sanders. Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
Set. Check pitch.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line and in. Ja'Tavion Sanders. Touchdown, Panthers. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Ray McCloud on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Moore going in motion. Play action now. It's Cousins. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Now a 3rd and 2. Pitts is the man in motion. Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. That's caught left side by Pitts.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Throwing his Cousins. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Cousins to throw. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Pitts is the man in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. They run over center with Robinson. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 2nd down and 8. Another run here for Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Nice run that time, and Bijan Robinson, I mean, what can you say, Mike, about his rookie season? Over 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and you know what the crazy part is? I think there's a lot of room for him to continue to improve both himself and the system that he's operating in. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. 7-0 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Cousins. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. That one taken in. Rondale Moore. Touchdown Falcons. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The motion man is Sanders. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. We'll go once more with Brooks. And he gets this up close to the 40. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. 3rd down, 3 to go.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker on to punt. Ray McLeod deep to return. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Falcons offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll work this out to the 23. The veteran Josie Jewell there for the stop. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now, Cousins. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now, Cousins. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. The veteran, Jadeveon Clowney, still at it, and he still has it. He gets the sack. Throwing now, Cousins. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. That's hard! And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Mevis, good on the extra point. The Panthers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Cousins now. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Off the play fake, here's Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, a chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and down he goes. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This one from 43 yards away. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first, the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield, By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Once again, they keep it on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, where you see the final score there. Derek Carr, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Jordan Love leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this 2nd half. About to get started. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Richie Grant up from the secondary to get in on that one. 2nd and 7. Another try with Brooks. We'll get this to about midfield. Tackle made by Nate Landman.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Mooney in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Able to break a tackle as he powers forward for a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins gonna throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and running back Jonathan Brooks coming out for their next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Ready.
They send him right out of the slot. They'll look to throw. That's to the rookie from South Carolina, Xavier Legette. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Set. Ready. Ready. Go.
Receiver in motion. Going right. He'll drop to throw. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Give it up the middle to Brooks. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Down. Cut. Set.
He'll look to throw. A throw there, caught by Legette. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. The motion man is Sanders. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Sanders. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He was trying to get it to Jonathan Brooks out of the backfield. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It was pretty clear what Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons front office saw in this guy, Mike. I mean, when you put the film on, his explosiveness just jumps off the screen. I mean, one of the fastest interior defenders at this last year's combine, and he's twitchy, he's versatile. He still has some things to work on with his awareness and finding the ball, but as far as upside and physical qualities, this guy's off the charts.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Panthers will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Falcons offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game. And when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense. And I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense. And it's almost becoming to the point where you don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up. And when it gets to that, then as an offense, you're in trouble.
Second down, Cousins. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. London brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the first down. Now, Cousins. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Falcons getting their punter out there. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. That one complete to Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
Ready. Cut, go.
They'll motion over Thielen. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the give, it's Hubbard. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Sanders was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Cousins. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Cousins throwing from the pistol. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. He pulls it in around the 5. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see.
And he's in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Atlanta. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Defense.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Slot man in motion left. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
The motion man is Sanders. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. It's a pickup of 12. It's a Carolina first down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Another run here with Hubbard. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now they face 3rd down and 7. The motion man is Johnson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. That one taken in by London.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.